everyone. Again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here with us. We appreciate it. And all the farmers here at the program, when they see members of the community and people from the great agricultural offices, legislature all here, they really feel the support from the community, and they really feel that they're making an impact in what they're doing. So before we start, I just wanted to welcome some special guests that have come from legislative offices and other partners. So we have our Massachusetts Commissioner of Agriculture, John LeBeau. I haven't seen him yet, but
He should be here any minute.
he will be here. Awesome. And we have his deputy, Ashley Rando, who's here with us. I would like to also thank our state representative, Megan Kilcoyne, who's here with us.
Hey guys.
Senator Jamie Eldridge is also going to be here, but I want to point to, he sent his staffer to be here with us for now, but we are expecting to be here soon. And I'd also like to shout out to the Staff and District Director for Senator John Cronin, who's representing the Worcester offices, and we have Susan there and Beth. Welcome and thank you for joining us today. And I would also like to thank the USDA Farm Service Agency of Worcester County Executive Director Keith Graham for being with us. And I want to thank Rebecca Valeka, Holly Valeka and Rebecca Murin from the Massachusetts Executive Office in Energy and Environmental Affairs. If they're not here yet, they will be joining us soon. And I would like to also thank Amy Shea, the President and CEO for the Health Foundation of Central Massachusetts, for being with us, and all the staffers from NRCS and USDA that I have not pointed out to. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you, and we always grateful for your continued support, and all the members of the community. I want to send a special shout out to Danielle for being here from Parkins. Thank you so much. We appreciate your partnership. So we'll start the program, and I will welcome back Maria for a couple minutes to talk to us about the vision of this and how she started all this, and then I'll take over. There's 5
right
minutes.
here.
5 minutes.
2 minutes. You get a different version every time I get up here. So every time I talk about this program and how it started, you guys will get a different version. And this all started because the need for land and the need of immigrants and refugees for a space to grow their own food. That's all simple. A farmer asking another farmer to share the land. And it started with one woman, and then it started in the summer of 83. It actually started, I also have a farm here in Lancaster, totally separate from this one, but it's livestock. And the Hmong refugee asked for a piece of land to my husband just behind the barn. I'm a dairy farmer, former dairy farmer. And she grew beautiful, beautiful vegetables. And then the next year, my husband said, she asked for more land. He says, I got the perfect space. They started in the corner, and they just kept going. By 1990, we had 196 Hmong families here. And so this program mirrors the strife in the world. We do absolutely no outreach and never have. And I hope we don't plan to. But we also don't turn away anyone. We don't follow a strict curricula to fit into a box that is not ours. The mission of this organization is only to help and to respect the needs of the people in it. So helping farmers, helping refugees, to have their own space, and that is the mission. It was the original intent, and it still is. So that's why we changed over the years. It was mostly Hmong in the late 90s, and now I think we're mostly Africans. As people grow out of, people don't grow out of farming, but you age out sometimes, and some people have gotten into bigger farms, and some of our farmers have gone to other states because of the price of land here in Massachusetts. So that we've got some of our farmers have gone to California and other states. The ones that stay here, sometimes they just age out, but we also don't have a strict, you have to leave now because you're not, we don't fit our program, we don't come up with a program and we just make sure that we serve the needs of the people that are here, not the needs of some program that someone came up with. No, the first thing, it's always farmers first. So I think I'm done. It's always, I can go on, but you've got enough. It's a big thing.
Awesome. So this moment, I would like to welcome Mr. Lobo to say a couple words to us. Just say hi.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is John LeBeau. I'm the Commissioner of the Mass Department of Agricultural Resources. I bet you've already met our more prompt Deputy Commissioner, Ashley Randall. Maria, great to see you. Henrietta.
Thank you.
Delighted to be here. The department has worked very closely with you well before my tenure, and we're very excited to see what's going on here with my own eyes today.
Awesome. Welcome.
Let's add that the organization has received support from MDAR, Massachusetts Department of Agriculture, in the Food Ventures program, which has made an extreme difference. As the same thing with the foundation is to. Without the support, this wouldn't look like this. Honest, because infrastructure we have water guns, we have vans, we have all of these things that we help farmers sell their crops. If they can't sell them, they're not going to grow them. So in order for the system for it to happen, we did receive a lot of support from all these entities.
Awesome. And I would like to welcome Kip to also say a word. So we're going to give like 4 people to say something, and then I'm going to welcome some farmers, and you will meet some farmers.
Sounds good. Yeah, Kip Graham from the USDA Farm Service Agency. And again, I've worked with Maria for over 36 and a half years. I'll be leaving at the end of August. And I remember her on the dairy farm in those days and approaching her about programs and things. So I love what she does here. I think it's a great project, and it's really good for farmers to get started. I do get phone calls in the office. I've gotten some fairly recently, and the people that have come in here from another country and they want to farm, and I said, I think I've got the organization for you to talk with, and I've referred people to you as well. So it's been a very good relationship. I also do have someone who's going to be taking Amanda's place. Amanda I hired a couple years ago. Mel Sparks is just phenomenal, and she started in the end of March, and she's doing a fantastic job, picking up very, very quickly. So she'll be working, Jesse, with you on this project and things going forward. Some of our programs coming up in the fall that could be beneficial as well. But also there's an NRCS representative, Kelsey. I don't know your last name, Kelsey. Mercurio, I can't even say it. But so we do have an NRCS person here as well today.
Awesome.
So thank you for the invite. It's always good.
You're welcome, and thank you both for being here with us as well. Representative Kilcoyne.
No, just Henrietta, thank you. I for those that don't know, I'm Representative Kilcoyne. I represent the town of Lancaster, Clinton, Sterling, Berlin, Boylston, and Northborough. And I'm so happy to be here. This is my second visit to the farm. And one thing that why I love coming here is that, in the legislature, we oftentimes have to work to try to bring resources back to not just our community, but to programs that are really going to uplift others. And one thing that I learned early on, this is my first term, so I was elected in 2020. I learned early on that that Mentor Farm, it serves so much more than just providing food and places to grow. It actually contributes. It's an incredible resource for our entire food system and our entire food network. And it always amazes me that here in Lancaster, in North County, this little piece of land, I say little because it literally is representative of the entire globe. And this is a resource that provides us with ability to eat fresh local produce, affordable produce, but also people to come and use the skills they have to support themselves and to create a diverse group of crops that we can all enjoy. And so it's been my honor to work with my colleague Senator Cronin and the other North County delegation and their team to try to do what we can to support your work and support your mission, as well as our friends in the administration and the commissioner's team. So I'm just happy to be here, learn more about the work everybody's doing, meet some farmers, and thank you so much.
Thank you. And to close us off, I think I'll give this chance to Susan and Beth from Senator Cronin's office to say a couple words.
Thank you, Henrietta. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Susan Templeton, and I serve as the District Director for Senator John Cronin. Unfortunately, the Senator had a prior commitment on his calendar and couldn't be here. I've had the pleasure of being here no less than a half a dozen times because prior to working with newly elected Senator John Cronin, I worked for State Rep Harold Naughton. So I never tire of coming here, nor your other locations. Senator Cronin asked us to deliver very good news, and that was that the Senator last night was able to get $25,000 for infrastructure improvements from the Economic Development Bill that was signed last night close to midnight. So it still has to go through the conference committee negotiators, so we still have a few more things to do before we get that, but the Senator is hopeful that that money will be real money. So again, best of luck to you and all your farmers.
Thank you so much.
Henrietta, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think I should add as well, the conference report included the earmark for rural farmers as well. We got $30,000 on top of that in the conference. I got nervous that it was last year, but it was this year. It's FY23. So we voted on that Monday. So we got some more resources heading your way.
Awesome.
Wow,
Thank you
good,
so
good,
much.
good.
It's partnerships like this that make this program possible. One thing I want to point out is if you can look around the farm before you notice anything, the one thing that you're going to notice is the corn. So this is not just like a sweet corn, it's an African corn, and it is used by so many immigrant communities, not only Africans but Asians as well as Latino ex-immigrants. And we were so lucky to get funding from the Health Foundation to get a mill to mill the corn. And we have farmers that were experimenting with grains that were grown in their different countries. One grain that is now very much grown on this land and is doing fabulous is finger millet, which is a super crop because it's up there with flax meal. So we were able to get a mill and we'll be able to grow our own grain and be able to process it right here in central Massachusetts. And that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for a grant from the Health Foundation of Central Massachusetts. And I would like to give Amy an opportunity to say a word before we continue. She is the president and CEO.
Thank you very much. I'm just delighted to be here. Have had the privilege of working with Maria and Jesse for a number of years, and now Henrietta. And we're just thrilled to have the opportunity to partner with such an incredible organization here in the community. Similar to World Farmers, we do not name issues when it comes to our grant making. We really look to the community to identify what the most pressing needs are, and we recognize the importance of this farm to the community, and we're just delighted to be here and to support you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So with that, I would like to call upon a couple farmers. They will tell us a little bit of their story, when they started, why this is important, before we move on to actually seeing what's grown, right? So I would like to welcome Mr. Muma Oma. He's been with us for several years, over a decade now. He is a registered farm. His farm is known as Bumbeta Farms. And
good afternoon. Thank you for coming here. A little bit history. I'm an immigrant from Kenya, and I was born a farmer. You know, home we grow tea, coffee, and that stuff. So when I moved here with my family, I could not find it's very hard where we come from to buy food every day, vegetable from the market. We grow food direct in the kitchen. You just pick it and go to the kitchen and eat it. So I did not find it here. So I started growing food in an apartment using containers, bags. I go buy soil, bucket it, poke some holes, and I grow some kales and tomatoes. Until I was able to come to Maria. And then, I don't know, Maria, you need to know that you had the place down where you enter. I asked his husband to give me a little bit so I grow some crop there. Then later on, one of my family members brought me here. I was given 50 pounds. So I started growing food for my own consumption. With the technology, with the teaching, with the development, education and enlightenment, I started now getting more land and get interested to go to market. Now use my skills to produce more food to the market. I'm a commercial farmer and I go to East Boston and Summerfield every 2 days a week, bringing food to people. Very unique food. Very unique food I grow. Yes. So I grow indigenous food and I grow food depending on what the people need. If I go to Summerfield, I know what to produce because we did a feasibility study. We know what the people need. So we grow for that market. If I go to East Boston, I know what they need. So I grow specifically for that. And I've introduced new food and I give them recipes on how to cook. Like the red emerald and green emerald. Now I'm selling a lot because I give them menus how to cook them and they come up, they say it's delicious, so I'm gonna buy more. So that's how we are getting people food in their houses. This project has enabled me to be who I am from where I come from. I feel home because I get food naturally grown. I store food, I grow food, I keep in the house, and I bring food to both those people who have never, maybe they left their country many years ago and they have never seen Jeberin, which I grow. They have never seen Raru, which they grow. We grow here. So when they see them, they smile. That smile is what I bring to people. So we work hard. It's not an easy job. We work hard, wake up 4 a.m. and we're in the farm working. But I'm very grateful to Maria and the team. I'm one of the many farmers who are here representing farmers. But all I say is a farmer is a farmer. Whether you grow 1 box, whether you grow 100 boxes, a farmer is, there's no other definition other than being a farmer. So as we head up to 2023 Farm Bill, we want the Farm Bill to be to bring equity to everybody, so that all of us can benefit. All of us can benefit and be assessed so that we can grow. I intended to own my farm, but how do I own it? I have started here. Now that I lease land from the state a little bit, I have 2 acres. I got the grant for the tunnel, a new tunnel. So I'm getting there. Every day I appreciate the state of Massachusetts and those who representative departments and those representative areas for assisting us to be able to have those services. We are getting there. We are trying. But we're going to thank you and thank Maria to offer us this opportunity and the team that we are able now to express, to show our skill, and through that skill, everybody's smiling in their kitchen. Thank you very much.
Next, I'm going to call on Barnabas Fondia. Barnabas comes from Liberia. He's also a commercial farmer here, and he goes to a few farmers market, and his farm name is Jakumba Farms.
Joakuma Farm.
Joakuma Farms.
My name is Barnabas. I've been here for a couple of years now.
What's a couple? Eight is not a couple.
I came to this state like almost 19 years ago. And I used to farm in my backyard. I had a lot of trees, so I grew in a drum that I caught. So one time I discovered one of my friends, I worked with her, she said, oh, I found somewhere in Lancaster. So yeah, take me there. So I came down, started with a plot, I think 25 or 50 feet. The first time I met Jesse and Maria, I told them I I want to do marketing, I think. She said, I want to be a wholesaler. She said, oh, you're just starting. I said, no, I would like to be a wholesaler. And it really helped me. With I think the first harvest I did was lalu. I went down, I took the lalu, I bunched it all with the dirt and everything. I came to the wash station here to wash it. They said, oh, you can't do that. You have to do this with our country. We don't do like the roll, all that kind of stuff. And that, you know, it was crazy. But through all the method they taught us, you know, make things better. So I started with that, and later on, I had another plot. And I think I'm very grateful for the organization. It means a lot to me. Farming is always my thing. I always farm in my country. And I really want to do it full time. It was difficult, but through the organization, the mentor, the assistant that they gave me, and I think I'm going to have those dreams come true. That is becoming a full-time farmer. And through the organization, I all together tools like the BCS, and I'm very happy to be part of you. And I thank you again.
I would like to call Dorothy Young. Dorothy. My name is Dorothy, as you have Nyonga. I have 3 children. I usually work with them here at the farm. I'm one of the happiest farmers around here. So as you heard, this year we are so privileged to have finger millet. We haven't planted it for a couple of years, but we tried last year. It worked out, and now we are happy that we'll be planting finger millet. I've been a farmer here for more than 10 years, and as years goes by, we see progress a lot, and we are so grateful for your support. And yes, I'm representing a lot of farmers. I know most farmers are happy to farm around here. So all the stuff that we grow, we use them for our own consumption. And if we have more than what we need, we sell them. And I want to thank everyone who supported this program and who keeps on supporting it. Like this year, we are so grateful that we have the type of irrigation that we see around. That's something that we really appreciate, and we want to thank you so much for that support. And that's all I have. Thank you. Thank you, Dorothy. So, a little flashback. In 2004, when we moved here first time, my mom is like, you know, I'm tired of using this milk from the supermarket. Let's go get fresh milk from a cow. I was like, you know, I was young. I don't want to go to a farm to get milk. And it's like, okay, we'll go. We go to Maria's farm, Manny's dairy farm. And even before she saw the milk, she saw some wild amaranth growing next to the shed. And what does she say to me? She goes, I'm going to ask the owner if we can pick that. I was like, do you have to? You know, I think I was like 15 or 16. So there's that embarrassing moment. You're like, oh great, this is why kids don't go with their parents for this kind of trips. But she went in and she asked, she met Maria and Manny. She goes, I saw some wild things growing there. I know you call it a weed, but those are really good vegetables for us. Could we pick some? And yes, Maria said yes. So my mom, of course, picks the vegetables. She comes home, she prepares it. And while she's preparing it, mind you, we used to carry dried vegetables from Kenya to here. So obviously they were not as delicious as fresh vegetables, but it's what we knew, it's home, so we needed those. So as she's preparing it, she goes, you know what, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna ask if they can give me a section of land and we can plant there. And a couple of days later, I think it was a Friday, she went to get milk, but she had other agenda behind it. She talks to Maria. Maria is like, I'll show you where to grow. And I think that's when she brought my mom here at that plot. And she's been on that plot since 2004.
Wow.
And taking a step back, I really enjoyed those vegetables. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see any fresh vegetables like that day. And then as she's moving, she saw some wild managus growing next to a CVS once. She goes, I'm not gonna go pick it, but you kids are gonna go pick that. So it's embarrassing. It's Clinton, a very small town. We go with the kids in the town like to school. Like, I don't want to go pick the vegetables. That's embarrassing. So, kids do what kids do. They go pick, like, quickly, and we go back. She's like, no, that's not all of it. Go back and get the whole thing. So we had to go back and actually meticulously pick all the crops and bring them back. And the following year, she was growing those vegetables. I didn't have to eat, like, sun-dried vegetables again. And I think she was one of...
Does everybody know what pigweed? So pigweed it's a weed in all farms. That's amaranth.
Yeah.
So at every farm, and I have it. I mean, it grows wild because it's pigweed. So, but it grows beautiful. Green pigweed is amaranth, and right now, you read it as and it sells unbelievably well at the farmers markets because now people say, oh, it's amaranth. Callaloo and other, it's called amaranth. It's called callaloo and some other. The chicha. That's right.
Yeah.
In different varieties, and so what we think as a weed, it's actually, and it's nutritious too. So it's, anyway.
Yeah. So back to the story. Along the years as I grew, I started being involved more with my mom's markets. I started saying, there's a lot of Kenyans that can eat this stuff that you're giving away for free. Made a crop plan and actually became a commercial farmer. Started going to community markets, made several community markets to this day, and we've ushered like other Africans that were growing too much crops. I'm not going to say too much. More than they could consume or store for the year. We were able to send them on that journey. But I just wanted to welcome my mother, Veronica. So another unique part of this program is it really is a multi-generational program. Nobody gets kicked out at any point. We have a granddaughter of one of the first immigrant Hmong farmers running our own enterprise in the program. So of course my mom passed it down to me, and when I became part of the office, I was like, okay, you're gonna take your farm back, but I'll be here. But interesting part, she comes to the farm with my daughters, and the little one over there, her name is Lexi. She's 4, but she's learning the roots of what it is to become a farmer. She doesn't know it now, but in another 10 years, she'll be like, okay, I can make some money from this, and she'll be having her own business. So, Veronica.
I don't know whether it's afternoon or evening. It was a nice introduction, and that's what mother or parents do. Okay, I can give you a little bit of my story, just like what she gave you. First, I'm from Kenya. I'm a mother of four. And 3 granddaughters, and another one is on the way, so I'm grateful. We moved to this country in the year 2001. To be realistic, the first time I landed at the airport, I said if I had a return ticket, I could go back to Kenya. I didn't like it. It was during the winter time or fall, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And we had taken a flight of over 32 hours with 4 kids. I was so tired. Coming here, there was my brother. He took us to a Chinese restaurant. They served us some food. There was salad and broccoli. One of my daughters like, "Hey, uncle, why are you giving us this? This is a tree that is back home, and the animals eat it. So when we animals, we didn't touch that salad. We didn't eat anything because everything looked brand new. We didn't know what to do. We have left our food back in Africa. Now here we are. So 2 years later, we started in Fitchburg. A year later, we moved to Clinton. Then I was tired of going to the farm to get the milk. I really needed raw milk direct from the house. One of the friends introduced me, oh, there's a dairy farm around here. We can go and check out if she can give us some milk. We used to go there on weekends, take some few gallons. Then one day, it was I think in the spring, I go there, some walking, I see the amaranth. Oh, okay, the story you have been given. So I approached the late husband. Oh, pick this. We'll go to Maria and ask her. I know she can give me a piece of land to plant it. Give me the number. She gave me the number. I contacted Maria. So we clicked right there. She gave me a farm over here. Then we started growing our own vegetables. So my farming did start here. Back home I grew in a family. I'm from a family, we are 11 of us. My parents were just small scale farmers. And every morning before we even could go to school, that was the first thing we did. Go to the farm, work a little bit, then get ready for school. Come back in the evening, go to the farm, work a little bit before we had our meal. So surprisingly enough, the daughters didn't like it, but as time went by, they started loving it. Why? I was growing for our own use and at the same time supplying to the community. She's like, Mom, that's too much. I'm like, no, you got us, blessed us, give us this much. Am I going to sell it where other people are there who really need this food? Absolutely not. She said, no. So whoever came from Kenya and we knew them, the first thing is like, test this. Oh, where did you get these fresh vegetables? Come, I take you somewhere. So we started coming. By now we have so many of us over here. To cut my long story short, this project or this program has helped us a lot. We have learned new skills on how to farm, because back home everything is just broadcast. You just go to the farm, if it's finger millet, throw it there and it grows. Now here we are, we have enough support, we see what needs to be done. We have come to know a variety of vegetables that are not grown in Africa, and we have come to like them. We have come with some from our own countries. They are here and most people love it. I started with the small section over there. And then when the kids or my daughters came in, so we started expanding it. My only issue is one. I can grow, but I'm not good at the market. That's a challenge. But slowly, she was good at that. So we kept going and going. Now, I can call ourselves commercial farmers. Yes. And we are so grateful about that. And most importantly, the support we are getting from you people is so great. Without you and without the support, we could not be doing what we are doing right now. We feel proud having our own vegetables, eating from our own sweat, and at the same time supplying to the community. You know, it's not easy to be a farmer. It's a sacrifice. And not all of us are meant to be farmers. Everybody has his or her own talent. but farming is what we treasure most. So when we are going to do our tour, you can see what our farmers have done. And when you walk around, even if it's in the 90s or 100s, you will see us here. We are every day here, and we wish we could have an extended period of time. We could be farming all year round. But unfortunately, Mother Nature has what it has. Last year we lost everything, but we don't give up. Each year is different. God can bless us this year. Next year we don't know what He has in store for us, but still we keep on moving. I wouldn't mind, like Muma was here. We came ahead of Muma. So Muma, we introduced you here. Muma introduced another one. Muma introduced another one. So Dorothy and the rest of the crew have been here. I'm so grateful for the some years back I requested for more land because I saw the benefit of having more land, because you can make something little out of it if you really worked hard or if you work hard. So I requested for more land, which by now we are farming like 60 acres. And we are really grateful about it. I thank so much the program of the NRCS Equip. Some years back, almost it's soon to be close to 5 years, I was able to get the high tunnel through them. And it's something I treasure so much, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And this year I was also awarded the cover crops, which I will do for the first time, maybe beginning next month. And beside that, I look forward to having an irrigation system in my high tunnels, maybe next year, by the grace of God. And we are very, very much thankful for that. As my other farmer said, we didn't have the irrigation system going on. This year has been so dry. However, they did something so good for us. Now we have water, even if it means watering sections, but at least we have something to be proud of. Last but not least, thank you so much for your continued support, and we look forward for that support and working with you. When we see you, we know that at least we have a backup. There's somebody somewhere. There's a team out there who care for us. We are not alone. At least we have somebody. So we are truly, truly grateful on behalf of the farmers at this land, at the Flatland farmers. We are very, very thankful for all you do for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now I'm going to welcome Josephine, and then Jesse will join us for a little quick synopsis of our programming before we head out to see what's growing.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our farm. We call it our farm. First of all, my name is Josephine Giu. I'm from Kenya, and I have been here in this farm for 10 years. And I'm so grateful that I'm farming here. I'm one of the farmers. When I immigrated here, I was asking myself, where can we buy our own food, the one we eat in Kenya? And I didn't know there was a farm here. I saw a friend, and she brought us some kude, cowpeas. And I asked her, hey, where do you grow these? Why can't you tell us, and we can, even if we are buying from you, we can go and see the farm where you grow this. She told me, forget about it. It's a hard work. Okay. So I give it up. But I didn't give it up. I still wanted somewhere to grow my own food. One time Maria came to our church. I'm a Catholic. She came to our church. And one friend of mine, our elderly lady, told me, that is the one who gives out the land. when the service is over, go and see her. She will give you a piece of land. So Maria came up and she talked. She talked to us in the church. And after the church, I went to her. Hey, how are you? My name is Josephine and I need a piece of land. Okay. What's your name? Josephine. She wrote up my name and she gave me a date to come to the farm. And I made it. And I found her here with another farmer, Sagiwa, who is not here with us. And Sagiwa gave me a piece of plot all the way down there. So me and my family, we all came ready to farm. We were like 7. We took 7 plots there. We planted everything. And guess what? After we went home, it rained like crazy. We came back on, it rained on a Sunday. We came back on Tuesday. Coming back, the water was like here, up to my knee. We said, now, this is how we're gonna be farming. We planted we bought all the seeds, and now they are gone. Another farmer told us, don't lose hope. Go see Sagiwa. There's a man there over there on that greenhouse. Go see him. We went there. Hey, how are you? Are you Mr. Sagiwa? Yes. He's from Tanzania, so we talk now Swahili. Well, I told him we are farming somewhere there and everything is gone. Can you please give us somewhere else? He gave us somewhere else there. And we didn't lose hope. We planted there. And then whatever we planted came out. We were happy. So from that time now, I had that passion of now I can do it. And then after doing that, in 2017, Maria asked me, hey Josephine, would you like a high tunnel? And I asked her, Maria, where do you think I'm going to get that money to build a high tunnel? I'm not that rich. She told me, no, you are not paying anything. And I told him, but there's nothing for free. Why are you telling me it's free? She told me, no, you just wait. Just tell me if you want it. I told him, if I'm not going to pay anything, I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, then from there, she organized. Then the high tunnel was built. My high tunnel was built in 2017, October. I'm finishing 5 years now this year. So I started growing things here. And Maria, thank you. Thank you very much for the high tunnel. Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
You facilitated.
Our job is to connect farmers here to USDA programs, and that's how. So I do nothing. It's all about the connection, because if farmers are connected to USDA programs, it goes beyond when I leave. You know, that's what you're supposed to be doing. And learning, you guys are supposed to learn how USDA will help you and how all of it is connected, because you are the next generation of farmers, the mainstream farmers. You guys here will be the mainstream farmers in the U.S.
Thank you, Mama. I am now a commercial farmer and I'm registered. My company is Joaquis USA Farms. That's the name of my company. And whatever I grow all the what we eat in Kenya. And all my products, I sell them in churches, all outside in Massachusetts. And sometimes I send like corn to other states. They order and I post them for them. So I'm grateful for that. So I'm so grateful, Maria, and everybody, and welcome everyone. And thank you very much for the staff in the office, at the office. We appreciate you and we love you. When we have problems, we always bring them to you, and you act so fast. You act so fast. Sometimes it's frustrating here. It's very, very frustrating here because like now you see how hot it is. I'm in the farm, you can see how beautiful I look like. I have been all the way down. I don't mind doing it because it's something I love. It's something I love. I was born in Kenya, and my father was a farmer. He used to grow coffee and beans and whatever. They didn't go to school, so that was their main thing. And they make sure that we are educated to go further and do something else outside the country. So I always thank you, my father, although he's not alive, because one time he was telling us, my girls, I want you to study hard, and one day you go to abroad which he didn't know which abroad, America or wherever, but outside Kenya. And I always appreciate him. I live with my mother. He's 100 years old. Wow. And he's very strong. He usually sometimes, this last year and this year, she has not come here because he doesn't want to come. She just wants to be in the house. And what we grow is what he eats. The same food we eat in Kenya is what he eats here. And she loves it. So let me not talk much. I can talk here until tomorrow, but thank you very much for coming. And we are happy for you because you hear our prayers and our whatever. So when we want to get some money, we know where to get it. Thank you, and God bless you.
So our entire programming is sustained and built off of that methodology of support for each other, mentorship for each other, and what we can do for one another. And so all of our programs follow in that spirit. We're very much led by the farmers' requests that from those here in the office. I'm so glad to hear that we react quickly. I know at times it may not feel that way, but we do our very best to kind of collect all concerns, issues, dreams, hopes, kind of missions forward from each of the individual farmers and kind of usher people in those directions. So you've heard a lot of reference to USDA programs. We do our very best to connect. We have 15 incredible NRCS high tunnels here, all funded by NRCS, all individually owned by different farmers. So USDA connection. We also, you heard from a few farmers that they have new land. So we as a program has really started to build out both our marketing and our land access components of our work. So now you heard Muma, he has 2 independent acres. He has an individual lease with MDAR out in Templeton. Barnabas has 2 acres independent in another site in Lancaster. A lot of folks are really growing, and we're doing our best to support that, whether it's through individual leases or through additional program land, depending on what the individual farmers' requests or needs are. So right now we have 7 farm sites operating as program land, and we have supported an additional number of farmers to access and develop their own leases. So we have we're managing over 100 acres in production. 6 of the 7 are in Worcester County and 1 is not. So yeah, I think the biggest thing to communicate is that we shape our programs based on the farmers' needs. Some of our marketing support is based in both facilitating wholesale sales, where we sell to ethnic grocers or grocers that are really seeking these same crops. You know, you heard the passion from each of the farmers who've come up about the types of crops they're seeking and trying to identify and find. That passion is in many other communities within Massachusetts, and access to those crops is minimal. So we're constantly trying to identify what are those crops that are lacking in the markets, what are those that communities are trying to search for. Because if you go to some of our farmers markets, some of our farmers market manager friends are here, you will see lines. You will see incredible lines, and people will line up sometimes an hour ahead of time. But regularly, I see Annie nodding. Annie sells at markets. And that's because of the passion and interest of the individuals that can't find these crops anywhere else. You know, some of the crops that you'll find in grocery stores, they come fresh from here only. Some farmers are starting to like notice, kind of see some of the crops kind of being grown, but we do our best to really meet the needs, meet the excitement of the farmer with more land so that they can scale up and take care of that market, because it was identified by the farmers in this program. And so we do everything we can to facilitate those markets for each farmer to be able to do that. So folks initiate their own, as Josephine highlighted. She goes to other states to be able to meet those needs. Some folks do farmers markets. All retail sales are the farmers' own. They're their own independent businesses. You've already heard a few different businesses being announced. So those are through maybe Facebook sales, community sales, church sales, also farmers market sales. And then we as rural farmers also aggregate and sell to grocers, restaurants, those kinds of things. We have a lot of really incredible nonprofit buying partners. I will say most of our partnerships are to the means to the end of supporting the farmer. So they're a buyer partner, they're a USDA partner who can get resources. They're those kinds of partnerships because we lead as farmer first in this program. And so some of our nonprofit partners are growing places. They helped facilitate some of the CARES Act funds. So CARES Act was passed through Congress several months ago, and that is now coming through in different ways. So some of those funds made it to the farmers here in front of you, and others in form of infrastructure. Some of it made through to us in the form of crop purchasing to be able to donate to food banks or churches or communities who are seeking. So we're facilitating those funds and transactions. We're also partnering with an organization called Viet where we are doing our first ever cultural CSA share. So it's all targeted for the Vietnamese community based on the crops and products that the Hmong farmers grow here. We also run a 250 CSA share, well, more than that. 250 currently with Just Roots, a partner out in Western Mass, and it's all through our Food as Medicine programming, so it's funded from hospitals. So it purchases crops directly from here. It's year-round, so currently in the off-season we purchase from other Massachusetts farms. But with the high tunnels, with many other season extension measures, we're excited to be able to scale up so the farmers here can meet those markets year-round. So we're constantly trying to be ahead in both the land and the market so that as farmers are requesting it, we're there, we're ready, we're supporting.